Hello everyone, today I'm going to review my Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter, which is based off the 2017 movie The Last Jedi. So I'm going to do a review of this.
Not the pastime. Kill it if you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Follow my lead.
First and foremost, here's Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter up close. So let's show it to you over here. It's got these guns on the top part of each wing. It's got 4 of those. As you can see, it is scaled with 3.75-inch figures. Although it's not really scale in the sense that this thing should be much bigger. But of course, you know, I mean, this thing would really cost a lot if it was really actually scale. Because right now it kind of looks like a car that has wings. But in actuality, this ship should be a lot bigger. But, you know, it's forgivable. So let's take a look at the TIE Fighter over here. This is a side view of the TIE Fighter. Looks nice. This is a top view of the TIE Fighter. A rear view of the TIE Fighter. Kylo Ren's custom TIE Fighter. The bottom view. Over there, take the bottom view. It's got that little symbol because that's for the Forcelink over there, and that's the full figure in its full ship in its entirety. So it looks pretty cool. It's got nice detailing. As I'm gonna go close here, it's got these little details that they put, little designs. Even this has texture, nice texture on its panels. It's got these are where its guns pop out. I'll dive into this more, but there's a button here on the back, and if you press that, they spring out. And yeah, the other accessories it comes with 2 green missiles, but I guess they're supposed to be energy or laser blasts. But it comes with 2. There's a good angle of it over there. It has a cockpit. Kind of opens up like a tank. I don't know if that's how it opens up in the movie, but when you open it up, you see a pretty crudely, maybe crudely is the wrong term, but there's a little detailing inside. It's a seat that's sort of carved in there. Let's see if you can get a good look at it. Yeah, it's a seat. It's got some nice flooring in it, etc. So that's pretty good. And it has a little bit of I don't know if you can see it, but it actually has a seat belt or a strap. I'll get into that later when I load the figure. It's got a strap so you could strap in your Kylo Ren figure that it comes with. So that's the inside over there. Let's get a good look there. It looks like it has what appears to be some foot pedals. So it's got that little detail going on, sculpted in. It's got what appears to be some side buttons or a side panel over there. And on the other side, let's take a look, see what it has. Also has some sort of panels for, you know, TIE Fighter operations. And there it is. You can actually kind of look through its cockpit, which is tinted, kind of like a tinted car. So overall, it's a pretty good sculpt. Although it's a little bit small, because I think this TIE Fighter is supposed to be a lot bigger. Kind of looks like a car that's sprouted out wings. But, you know, it's still a pretty good representation of Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter, which looks like a TIE Interceptor, if you ask me. I mean, it looks like a variant of the Interceptor with the split wings and all, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I remember him flying around in The Last Jedi. I like that scene where he was like spinning around, etc. Oh, these parts are removable, by the way. I won't remove them all, but as you can see, the gun pegs into the tip over here. So it's got that. You know, it's got holes. I'm not sure if you can see the holes. Let's see if I can get a good angle on it. Yes, holes. And it pegs into it. So the 4 guns up front are removable. So in totality, it's got 6 weapons. It's got these two ones that pop out the wings each side, and it's got 4 of these 4 of these guns that pop out of its, I don't know, ion panels, because you know this thing is a TIE fighter, so supposedly these panels are how it absorbs some of its energy, so how it works. So overall, I think I like the way it looks. Very nice little, you know, nice. It has a lot of nice detailing. It's not just a solid chunk of plastic. It's got some silver painted parts, you know, some panels, etc. So it looks good. This is his TIE fighter up close and personal. So it looks pretty awesome if you ask me. So as mentioned, Kylo Ren of course fits inside. Here is Kylo. So like I said before, this TIE fighter is a bit small, because I don't remember it being this tiny in the show, but you know, it's forgivable, the size. It's still a cool toy. And when you pop it open, there's sort of a seat belt over here where you could slip Kylo Ren in. So it's just a matter of sliding him in there and he's in. There's Kylo. And the glass is pretty dark, so you can't really see him too much in there unless you really put your eye near. But when you open the panel, you can see through it. And yeah, as mentioned, it's a bit small, so his feet are in the cockpit. But that's okay. That's forget. It's more or less in the foot pedals I showed a while ago, but still, it's pretty cool. That's what Kylo sees inside. That's his point of view, so that's what he sees through there. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Close that hatch, and you can fly this thing around. It's you know, it's pretty light. It's not, I mean, it's kind of heavy, but not too heavy. Not as heavy as you'd think for its size. So it's like lightweight. Alright, so the figure that this thing comes with is, of course, Kylo Ren, unmasked. Here he is. There. It's a 3.75-inch figure with not so much articulation. He could turn his head over there. As you can see, he could turn his head. There's a good look at him. Kind of looks like Adam Driver. And he has the scar, because you know he got that scar from Force Awakens. The arms can go up to this much. It's sort of impeded by his lapels. This much forward as well. There's no elbow articulation. His body is pretty much just straight. This is a nice, doesn't twist around. His legs go all the way up front like that, and all the way to the, and it doesn't really go to the back because it is impeded by this part over here. So he's got limited articulation. He can pretty much stand. You can imagine him holding up somebody with his hand outstretched, but yeah, limited articulation. But the gimmick of this figure is, oh, before I get to that, he comes with his lightsaber that looks like a claymore. So there it is. Little close-up of it here. Let's get a close-up of it. There. He has crackly effects. I don't know if you see it, but it does have the little crackly effects that he is known for. There. So overall, this is the Kylo Ren action figure that it comes with, the unmasked version of him. Now this guy, if you look on the bottom, it's got this little symbol. That is the Forcelink symbol. You can see over there. That means he's compatible with this gauntlet over here. This is my Forcelink. So I'm going to show you. Just going to strap this thing on. I'm going to show you some of the lines he says. Now the whole Forcelink gimmick is you have this thing attached. You wear it. And you kind of hold it up next to the figure.
Darkness guides me.
And
Follow
he's
my lead.
there, and he says some lines. So
Get my ship ready.
get my ship ready, because he comes with the ship. Crackling sounds.
The darkness guides me. Follow my lead.
Yeah. Just have to tap it.
It's just us now.
There. You get a wide range of sounds when you move your hand.
Low battery.
And my battery's low, but let's see.
The darkness guides me. Follow my lead.
Well, I don't know if that's really Adam Driver's voice, but those are some of the things he says. So it's pretty cool that he has that feature. Nice voices. Yeah, you just wave, you tap it up top, and then you wave it around. He says a whole bunch of different things.
Guides me. Get my ship ready. Follow my lead. Get my ship ready. Follow my lead.
Yeah, so He has a bunch of lines, but that part is pretty cool. And this thing also works with the ship, which I shall be getting through. So as a recap, his articulation is pretty limited, but the sculpt of the figure is very good. As you can see, it's got some nice details. It's like a nice texture to it, nice belt buckle, nice shine, and I like this figure. It's not really that articulate, but it's a pretty good representation of unmasked Kylo Ren. It's even got his, as I showed you earlier, it's got his scar. So now I'm going to show you how the Forcelink works with the ship. So basically same thing with Kylo. You wear it on your wrist and it makes TIE Fighter sounds. Tap the top, you make those firing sounds. Move your hand forward or backward, it makes those TIE Fighter sounds. So it's pretty cool. So the ship itself is pretty cool. And this is the other cool feature. I don't know if you see it, but it actually lights up the back. Now, I don't know how that works. I'm not sure if this, I don't think this thing has batteries inside, but when you combine it with the gauntlet, the back lights up, so it looks pretty cool. It's like it's got, you know, some energy emitting from the back. So that's the nice thing about this ship. The other thing I'll show you is, you know, oh, my little target fell over there. That's for the next demonstration. But the nice thing about the ship is when you open the hatch, you get a nice little view, you know, of the TIE Fighter. A point of view of the TIE Fighter cockpit. So that's pretty cool. Sometimes I like to leave the hatch open and I kind of like look through it like this. Looks pretty nice. Let's stand up my Rey figure, and she's gonna be... Come on, stand up there. I'm gonna stand her up in the air. You could kind of see Kylo Ren peering through. You can imagine Kylo Ren peering through and seeing Rey over there. The cool thing about it is, you know, you look up front, it's pretty dark, but when you look through it, it's like tinted glass, so you could see through it. So I like this little feature. Now the next thing I'll show you with this thing is, it's got a little toy gimmick, which I shall get to in a few. If you notice, as I mentioned, there is this button up top, and now I'm going to show you what it does. Press it once, and it brings out those missiles, which is pretty cool. And from there, you know, you could tap it lightly on one side to fire one missile, and I missed Rey, and the other missile, and I shot Rey. So that's a pretty cool thing. You could you know, this button, you just press it. I kind of feel like when I press it here, this one comes out. I press it here, that one comes out. I press it hard, I think both come out, which I'm gonna try next. And both fired at the same time. One target got toppled, so that's pretty cool. When you press hard on it, both missiles fire. When you sort of lightly tap it on one side, this one fires. Lightly tap it on this side, that one fires. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool toy gimmick of this spaceship, of this TIE Fighter rather. And these are the missiles that come out from the side. The missiles come out outside from these side guns over here. Nice little detailing over there. So it's a pretty cool toy gimmick, in all honesty. Pretty cool. So this thing came out. This came out the same toy line, you know, the Forcelink toy line, which came out during the last Force Awakens had its own Forcelink, and then later on, when the Last Jedi came out and the Han Solo movie came out, there were more Forcelink toys. This one came out, I think, around 2017, if I'm not mistaken. It was gifted to me a few years later by someone dear to me, so I got this as a Christmas present that I wasn't expecting, so it was a surprise. And it was also on sale. I was thinking of getting it because I'd always been passing by stores looking at it, but it was kind of off budget. So I was really glad that I got it as a Christmas present. So it was pretty cool. So if I remember that the sequels are kind of polarizing and they get a lot of. I know where they're coming from. I felt Force Awakens was all right. I felt The Last Jedi had its moments. I mean, I don't really like the way Luke died, but I like the whole Kylo teaming up with Rey against those red guards. So that was pretty cool against Snoke's guards. I like that scene a lot. The third movie, well, I'm not too hot on it, but it wasn't. It wasn't as. It could have been better. Could have been better. The Last Jedi could have been better. But the one thing I like about the sequels is it brought us the Kylo Ren character, because I kind of like his character, and Adam Driver for me looked really cool, being all conflicted and messed up and like a tormented soul. The battling, with the good side and the dark side battling in him. So yeah, so say what to say about the sequels. I like the Kylo Ren character, and I like this TIE fighter. This is pretty cool, this ship of his. Though, as mentioned, it should be bigger. Like with all the other Star Wars vehicles in the 3.75 line on the main line, some of them should be bigger. Some of them are just right. Depends on the vehicle. But overall, this is a great toy. It's a great display piece, and it has really functional play features. Those missiles are absolutely awesome. I mean, those are awesome. I mean, I just gotta do that again. Pop it out. I like that. And those sound effects that it makes when you combine the Forcelink are nice. You get a nice TIE fighter sound. And Kylo himself has some lines, so as long as you buy the Forcelink 2 and combine it with this, there's a lot of entertaining things in it, because Kylo says a bunch of lines depending on and makes a bunch of sound effects depending on how you move around your hand while the Forcelink is strapped. And when you tap on the top, it comes up with different lines, so it's pretty fun. And the really cool Forcelink feature of the rear lighting up. I mean, I'm not sure how it's done, but it looks really awesome that the back of the spaceship glows red when you stick the Forcelink to it. I don't know how that's done, but it's awesome. So overall, this is a good toy for me. It's a nice ship. I mean, if you forget about this, just forget about the scale. But on its own, it's pretty awesome. It's sculpted well. It's got solid play features. The missiles are nice. I like the way that you could fire them either independently or at the same time with the same button. It's pretty cool. And overall, it makes a good display piece. And I admit, I play with it sometimes. I fly it around. The whole TIE Fighter sound effect is very nostalgic. It sounds like the old-timey TIE Fighter. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's my review for this set. I hope y'all enjoyed. It was a great gift. I'm so glad I got it. And hope y'all enjoyed, guys.
Yeah.